In the bustling town of Evergreen Hollow, tucked between ancient oak forests and gentle rolling meadows in upstate New York, where fireflies danced on warm summer nights and the first snowflakes of winter sparkled like tiny stars, there lived a girl named Maya Chen. Maya was 12 years old, with straight black hair that fell like a quiet curtain around her shoulders, warm dark eyes that noticed everything but rarely spoke, and a soft voice that often got lost in the noise of the world around her. She was the middle child in a lively family of 5, squeezed between a loud, confident older sister who starred in every school play and an energetic younger brother who could make the whole neighborhood laugh with his silly jokes. Maya felt invisible. At home, conversations swirled around her sister's upcoming audition or her brother's latest soccer goal. When Maya tried to share a quiet observation, like how the light looked different on the oak leaves after rain, her words often faded before anyone noticed. "That's nice, honey," her mother would say distractedly while helping with homework or dinner. Her father, a busy mechanic, would ruffle her hair and say, "You're such a good girl, Maya," but then immediately turn back to fixing something or talking with her siblings. At school, it was the same story. Maya sat in the middle row, raised her hand sometimes, but her answers were thoughtful and soft. Teachers often called on the louder, quicker students first. During recess, groups formed around the funny kids or the athletic ones. Maya would stand on the edge, watching, smiling when someone looked her way, but rarely invited into the center of laughter or games. She had one close friend, quiet Priya, but even together they felt like two small shadows in a bright, noisy world. Maya began to believe she was simply not important enough to be seen. She stopped trying to speak up in class. She drew pictures in her notebook instead of sharing ideas. She helped others quietly, picking up dropped books, remembering birthdays, listening when someone was sad, but never expected anyone to notice. If I were louder or funnier or smarter in the loud way, she thought, maybe someone would see me. The feeling of invisibility wrapped around her like a heavy grey coat that no one else could see. One chilly autumn afternoon, when the oak leaves blazed with red and orange and the air smelled of wood smoke and apples, Maya's class was assigned a group project. Create a living history display about someone from the town's past who had made a quiet difference. Most groups chose loud, famous figures, war heroes, mayors, or inventors. Maya was placed in a group with 3 loud, confident classmates who immediately took charge. They decided to focus on a famous railroad builder and assigned Maya the smallest, least important task: you can make the background signs. Just keep it simple. Maya worked alone after school in the empty classroom, carefully painting simple signs with neat lettering and small illustrations. While the others laughed and planned dramatic presentations, Maya poured quiet care into every letter and tiny drawing. She added little details no one asked for: a hidden squirrel in the corner of one sign, a soft sunrise behind the tracks on another. When she finished, she left the signs on the table without saying much. The day of the presentations arrived. Maya's group went last. The loud members delivered their parts with energy and jokes. The audience clapped politely. Then it was time for the background signs. As the teacher dimmed the lights and the signs were revealed under soft spotlight, something unexpected happened. The whole room grew quiet. The small, careful details Maya had added, the hidden animals, the gentle light, the feeling of quiet perseverance, made the entire display feel alive and emotional. People leaned forward. Someone whispered, "Those signs are beautiful." When the presentation ended, the applause was louder and warmer than for any other group. After class, several students came up to Maya. "Your signs made the whole thing special," one said. "I felt like I was really there on the railroad." Even her loud group members looked surprised and said, "We didn't know you could draw like that." For the first time in a long while, Maya felt a small spark of being seen. But the real turning point came a few weeks later during the town's annual Harvest Festival. The school was asked to create a large community mural about the heart of Evergreen Hollow, the people and moments that made the town special, even if they weren't loud or famous. Maya was assigned to the background again. While others painted big, bold scenes of parades and celebrations, Maya worked quietly on the edges, adding small, tender details. An elderly woman helping a child tie a shoelace, a librarian reading to a group of kids in the corner of the library, a father teaching his daughter to plant seeds in the community garden. When the mural was unveiled at the festival, something magical happened. People walked past the big, dramatic scenes but stopped in front of Maya's quiet details. They pointed and smiled. "Look at that, that's exactly how Mrs. Patel helps at the library. That little garden scene reminds me of my grandfather." Strangers and neighbors alike lingered at Maya's section, sharing their own quiet stories of kindness they had experienced in town. The mayor even mentioned during his speech that the small touches made the mural feel like it had a real heart. That evening, as the festival lights twinkled and music played softly, Maya's teacher found her sitting quietly on a bench. "Maya," she said, "your contributions didn't just fill space. They made the whole mural come alive. People saw themselves in your work. That is a very special gift." For the first time, Maya didn't feel invisible. She felt irreplaceable, not because she had become loud or flashy, but because she had offered her own quiet, observant, caring way of seeing the world. And the world had noticed. From that autumn onward, Maya began to step forward in small, brave ways. She still wasn't the loudest voice in the room, but she started sharing her ideas when they mattered. She created a quiet kindness board at school where students could anonymously write notes about small acts of goodness they had noticed. The board filled up quickly with heartfelt messages. She drew portraits of classmates who felt overlooked and gave them as surprise gifts. Each time she offered her quiet gifts, she felt a little more solid, a little more seen, not as someone trying to be like others, but as Maya, with her gentle eyes and thoughtful heart. Her family noticed the change too. One evening at dinner, when her sister was talking about her latest play and her brother was recounting a funny soccer story, Maya shared a small observation about how the light had looked on the river that afternoon. Instead of the usual distracted response, her father put down his fork and said, "Tell us more about that, Maya. I want to hear." Her mother smiled warmly. Even her siblings listened. For the first time, the table felt balanced, not one voice dominating, but all voices having space. Maya still had moments when the old feeling of invisibility crept back. But now she had a quiet inner voice that answered it. "You don't have to be the loudest to matter. Your way of seeing, your kindness, your careful attention, those are the things that make you irreplaceable." Years later, when Maya grew up and became a children's book illustrator known for her gentle, detailed drawings that made quiet moments feel magical, she would often visit Evergreen Hollow and sit by the old community mural, which the town had protected under glass. She would tell young children who felt overlooked the story of the girl who once felt invisible, and how offering her own quiet gifts to the world had helped her discover she had never been invisible at all. She had simply been waiting for the right light to show how brightly her gentle presence could shine. Because the world does not only need the loud stars that everyone notices immediately. It also needs the quiet lights, the ones who observe, who care, who add tenderness and depth to the noisy brightness around them. Those quiet lights are often the ones that make the whole sky feel complete. And Maya Chen, the girl who once felt invisible, became exactly that kind of light, steady, warm, and irreplaceable in her own beautiful, gentle way.